The Modularm 75LC is an alarm system that enables users to monitor conditions inside a walk-in refrigerator or freezer. It is designed to protect perishables, save energy, and increase operator safety. There are safety features such as backup battery in case of a power failure and entrapment alarm capabilities. Battery backup provides power to the 75LC and to all peripherals in case of power failure. The system can control the lights inside the walk-in, has a door ajar alarm, and monitors temperature conditions. The optional Communicator device allows you to keep records of the monitored conditions in your walk-in by creating email and text reports with alarm conditions. Please take the time to read cut sheets and installation instructions thoroughly before powering up or working with the demo kit. A special demonstration password, 30, has been included in the 75LC. Selecting 30 provides demo presets, 1-minute delays for temperature alarm, door alarm, ringback delay, and lights delay. Operation is timed lighting. Here's how you set up the demo for your presentation. First, turn the rotary switch counterclockwise to simulate different temperatures. Then turn the switch so the left alarm reads 34 degrees Fahrenheit, which is one position clockwise from the far left. Third, put all toggle switches to the down position. Finally, enter the password, 30. It's important for you to follow these steps in order before starting your demonstration. The 75LC uses magnetic contacts to sense door status. This is the magnetic part of the contact. It mounts onto the door and the switch part mounts onto the door frame. When you open the door, the moving away of the magnet makes the switch inside of the other part open. The contacts work with the door ajar alarm and automatically turns on the lights. This is the 75LC. There's another one over here on the right. Use the right one for demonstrating programming if you're going to be doing that during the course of your presentation. This alarm on the left is connected to these two IP1s, to the motion sensor, to the demo lights, and to these two doors. You'll use this for most of your presentation. These alarms display and monitor temperatures in Fahrenheit or centigrade. The alarm has a 3-button interface. In run mode, the right button silences your alarm for every condition other than the door ajar. If it displays door, DOR, shut the door. The middle button is a light switch, which you press to turn the lights on and off. Light control is manual or timed lighting. Timed lighting is an energy-saving feature and turns lights off automatically. The left button is the test button, and if you press it, the alarm goes through a test procedure and displays alarm settings. In programming mode, these buttons take different functions. These two, silence and test, are used to access the programming menu and to change values. This one, lights, is used to go from one parameter to the other. On the left-hand side, you'll see an LED. Solid red means your door is open. Blinking red means lights are on. The 3-digit display reads temperature, but if there's a monitored condition change, it also displays information such as high, low, door, etc. The 75LC also has a built-in audible annunciator that goes off if there's an alarm condition. This is the 75LC wireless module that transmits information wirelessly. It can serve 1 or 2 75LCs. If you're not going to use the Communicator, or if the customer wants to hardwire to the Communicator, they would not need this. These are the IP1s, which stands for Illuminated Push Buttons. They are hardwired for battery backup. Flipping this switch powers up the IP1s. They mount inside of the walk-in adjacent to the door and give you light control inside of the walk-in with panic entrapment alarm capability. If someone is trapped inside of the walk-in, they can announce their condition. These two devices are just lights to simulate light operation. If you press this button, the light goes on. Pressing it again turns the light off. This light can only be controlled by this 75LC. These doors allow you to simulate the opening and closing of doors on the walk-in. With this, you can show someone how the alarm works with the magnetic contacts installed and what would happen if a user walked in and out of the box. Using this switch will activate the magnet contact, allowing the light to turn on when the door is opened. 2 doors with contacts and 2 IP1s are provided to demonstrate 3-way light switching. This is the 75LC communicator, which does not come standard with the system. The 75LC has a communications port built into it and is constantly sending out information. The communicator is designed to harvest that information and generate email and text message notifications when alarms occur. It can also automatically generate daily or weekly historical reports regarding various temperatures and alarm events. The MS-1 multi-sensor is a standalone wireless monitoring device that allows you to bring other monitored points into the environment, such as reach-in refrigerators or under-counter refrigerators. To monitor the temperature of the compartment, use this temperature sensor. The sensor is a 2-wire device with a 25-foot lead. In walk-ins, it is recommended that it gets mounted to the ceiling of the walk-in in the center of the room, somewhere between the door, which introduces more heat, and the evaporator, which makes the room cold, to best approximate the temperature of the room. Autoset is our patented feature for the 75LC temperature alarm function. It senses whether your apparatus is a cooler or a freezer and adjusts set points accordingly. Every alarm that comes out of the factory has cooler presets of 42 degrees Fahrenheit on the high side and 30 degrees on the low side. In centigrade, that's 6 degrees on the high side and minus 12 degrees on the low side. No manual programming is required to monitor a cooler. Freezer defaults are also built into the alarm, 10 degrees on the high side and minus 20 on the low side. If the alarm is monitoring a freezer, when the temperature drops to 10 degrees or lower, Autoset will automatically change the set points to monitor a freezer. For demonstration purposes only, we've included a rotary switch that changes the temperature of the display in order to simulate temperature alarm conditions. Continue to utilize demo password 30. Turn the rotary switch all the way to the left to bring the temperature to 46 degrees Fahrenheit, which is above the set high limit of 42 degrees. After 1 minute, the alarm will go off and display high AL and then the temperature. Press the silence button to mute the alarm, and if the communicator is ringing, press the alarm silence on the communicator to turn it off. The demo default ringback is 1 minute. The alarm will go off repeatedly until you turn the switch back to 34 degrees Fahrenheit. To demo Autoset, turn the switch all the way to the right to 2 degrees Fahrenheit to simulate a freezer temperature. A low LO alarm will sound after 1 minute. Press silence to mute. The alarm will now be stable at 2 degrees Fahrenheit because Autoset has changed set points to freezer defaults. Autoset takes 1 minute to transition from cooler to freezer. If you press this test button, it shows test. Then the alarm preset, then lights all LEDs, then displays the operating code revision, then sequentially displays alarm parameter settings. All parameters and symbols are in the manual on page 6. Press silence to exit the test. The 75LC has a built-in feature called Autodetect, which is part of our efforts to make this product as transparent as possible to the user or installer. In order to show Autodetect, we must put all of the toggle switches in the down position and enter password 30 into the 75LC. To demonstrate, if the door toggle switch is down and you open and close the doors, you'll see nothing happens. There is a terminal on the back of the alarm for connecting the magnetic contacts. These do the door ajar alarm sensing and also turn on the lights automatically. Without any contacts to that door input, Autodetect says, if I don't have anything connected up to those inputs, I'm going to ignore them. If you turn on this switch, you can open up the door and the lights will come on. By flicking this switch, the contacts are connected to the alarm and Autodetect integrates them into alarm operation. In this demo case, in order to demonstrate the motion detector, MD1, the IP1 must first be turned on. The MD1 motion detector senses occupancy of personnel in the compartment. It is an optional accessory to help control the lights in the walk-in. Autodetect applies to the MD1 as well. If no MD1 is connected, the 75LC ignores the input. If the MD1 is connected, then Autodetect integrates it into the device operation. Restoring Autodetect. Use this if you want to disconnect magnetic contacts or MD1 from alarms so they don't affect device operation without changing any other alarm parameters. Put magnetic contacts and/or MD1 switches to the down position. Enter PassPro programming mode and scroll to password 61, then press the light switch. This disconnects the respective devices from the alarm and restores Autodetect. The alarm has a backup battery feature in case of power outage. Disconnecting the power cord from the device activates battery backup. The alarm displays PF and then the monitored condition. Power failures of 1 minute or less don't enunciate. This is so the system can reset itself in a temporary outage, such as when the lights flicker during a thunderstorm. In an actual prolonged power failure, the display will go blank to preserve battery life. Pressing the silence button will cause the display to show the letters PF for power failure, the monitored condition, and then it will go blank again. As a safety feature, the IP1 will remain lit inside the walk-in to help find the door. The battery backup also keeps the 75LC wireless module operational, so it continues to send data out during the outage. When the demo is finished and power is removed, you must put the alarms to sleep. This is a feature for shipping. Sleep means battery remains connected physically, but it isn't connected electrically until power is restored. To put the alarm to sleep, with AC removed, press and hold the light button. The display is going to say CON for confirm, and then press test. The display says bye, and then the alarm shuts off. You will need to do this at the end of your presentation for both 75LCs, or the device will continue to beep intermittently.